let's get into the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion. 30 years after the show debuted on NBC, Will Smith and the cast all came together for a 75-minute reunion special on HBO Max. The cast returned to the original Banks mansion to reminisce, to laugh, and to even cry together. So, if you missed it, don't worry. We're going to cover all of the biggest moments, kicking things off with Will Smith and Janet Hubbard, aka the OG Aunt Viv. They squashed their beef for the first time in 27 years. It was definitely a moment. Take a look.
I wasn't unprofessional on the set. I just stopped talking to everybody because I didn't know who to trust because I had been banished. And they said it was you who banished me. That I was going through a lot at home.
Right.
You didn't know.
Yep.
You guys didn't know. Very abusive marriage.
I can see now the level of pain and the level of struggle that it was for you just to show up every day. And then...
But you took all that away from me.
Well, time
Wow.
heals all wounds. Yeah. Wow. This was a moment for a number of reasons.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say, just to think about it, I mean, she played Aunt Viv for 3 seasons. 3 seasons, and then she was replaced by Daphne Reed for the rest of the sitcom's run. But after that, she expressed anger publicly, over her departure. So for them to have this moment, I just felt like it was well awaited. Like we've all waited for this moment. It's good to see it.
I think 2020 has put a lot of things in perspective for a lot of people
Sure.
with everything that's been going on with the pandemic and with politics, and it makes you realize what's important. And you can be like Will Smith and go on to have this incredible, amazing career. You can be the most personal person in the world, but you have this one strained relationship. He didn't talk to her for 27 years. Like that is almost 3 decades. So it must have felt really, really good
Yeah.
to have that conversation and to be able to move forward.
For sure, for sure. Well, there's obviously one person who was such an integral part of this show, and he was missing from the reunion. That, of course, is the late James Avery. Things got really emotional when Will took a moment to remember the impact that James had on his life.
His thing was that I am in such a unique position, and that responsibility, you must elevate your craft. You have to represent, and you are paving a way, and he just wouldn't give me an inch.
I love that.
James,
Of course, there's going to be more from the cast on Entertainment Tonight, where they're spilling all sorts of behind the scenes secret of what really went into making this reunion happen. I'm excited to
mhm.
watch that.
Same here. You mentioned that that interview is going to be of Tatiana Ali, who played Ashley. She and Hillary actually dished some really interesting news. Okay, so we all know, well, for the most part, we all should know by now. This was one of Will's first acting gigs. It actually was his first acting gig. He was a Grammy Award winning rapper with no experience on the screen at all. So these two dished out the fact that during the pilot episode for The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they caught Will mouthing their dialogue as they were talking. Get this. This was Will's approach, his interesting approach to learning his lines. He would learn everyone else's lines. That's how he made sure he was always on point. It was even so serious for him to a point where he said that he could even play Uncle Phil or Aunt Viv if he was asked to.
I kind of get it because if you remember everyone else's lines, then you totally know what the story is that you're telling, right? Like you understand all the dialogue. And when you're a new actor, I can't even imagine the pressure that must be on you to remember all of your lines like that. So kudos
Yeah.
to him.